What's up, my Versus fans? So, guys, I wanted to quickly make a video, and this isn't a prediction video, okay? We have all month to make the prediction for the next chapter, and considering I have so much time on my hands, I'm going to leave that for a later date, okay? Plus, I've noticed that a lot of people are already dishing out their predictions, and to be honest with you, I agree with some of them. So, again, I don't want to oversaturate the pool with the same kind of content. So we're going to talk about something a little bit different today, okay? So we've been getting a lot of juicy stuff in regards to the enemies, guys. Obviously, in chapter 24, we see that the parasite is capable of some incredible takeovers, basically. They literally took over the Gaia's Wrath Tyrant Bear, and it's eating these titans and people like they're just snacks, right? Fucking Scooby snacks and shit. So the parasite is very powerful, especially if it infects something that is very large in size and powerful as well. We've seen something incredible from the Curse Land, man. Like the fact that it can create and generate these godlike weapons, that's something new, man. That's really interesting, really crazy, okay? And then we've seen Gimbok from the Titan's Crown. Gimbok is very impressive. Honestly, guys, I love the Titans. I wasn't too impressed with them before, but now that Gimbok has entered the fray, I am really excited for the Titans. Honestly, even Berser kind of impressed me. Obviously not his physical capabilities, but more so his intellect. I feel like Berser is going to do some things for the Titans that are going to be very beneficial, and they're going to increase his respect and powers within the Titan's crown. So I'm really excited for that. Obviously, we get to see Jachi do more outside of his fortress. Now that he has left his fortress, like, Jachi wants all the smoke with everybody, bro. Like, before, he was just kind of sending his minions to do the investigating. But he's like, all right, you guys ain't getting it done. I'm going to have to leave here, and I'm going to have to start, handling shit myself. And handling shit he is, bro. Jachi is on the prowl, and he's out for blood, and he wants to know exactly what's happening, exactly who are the new threats, who wants the smoke, who want them ones. Jachi is just all about it, bro, and I love it. Still haven't seen too much from the Mecha Ordinance. Kind of sad about that, man, because I've been waiting on the Mecha Ordinance for a while, been waiting on the Mad God. Kind of sad that we haven't seen him yet. I kind of want to see more in regards to the World Tree. How is the World Tree going to affect the other enemies in a negative way? Because we haven't really seen that. And of course, we haven't seen anything from Extermia, also known as the Recreational Hell. Haven't seen anything from them either. So, a lot going on. But as the chapters go on, we get more and more. Obviously, the Lawless showed us what the cursed weapon is capable of. The Lawless are very brutal, they're very sinister, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to survive, number one, but also end up on top. These lawless humans, they want slaves for whatever, whether it's some ass or labor or whatever it is, man. They want an empire where they're on top.
I'm not hearing the bad part.
So they are evil. Now, one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was what I believe to be some foreshadowing that took place previously in this story, okay? So, if you go back to chapter 5.1, towards the beginning of the chapter, you will see that a Titan was being essentially killed by a small demon force, right? And the demon force was struggling. The Titan was putting up a really good fight, but ultimately was overwhelmed and killed. Now, after this, the small demon force, they were celebrating their victory, but unbeknownst to them, just right over the hill, essentially, there was a small Titan group that looked like they were being led we're just standing there just watching them like, look at these fucking idiots right here. They think they won. They think that they're about to go home and live the rest of their lives. Like, we're about to fucking massacre them. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a really cool image. I really liked how Kiyotaro Azuma showed these very powerful, large group of Titans just kind of hovering over these very vulnerable, very weak demon force that we all know we're soon going to be slaughtered, right? Now, in this image, at the center of this Titan force, we see this Titan that, to me, kind of sticks out. Now, what I mean by that is, I felt like Kiyotaro Azuma drew this Titan at the center of this group to emphasize that he might be the leader of this particular Titan force. I got that because when you look at this Titan, it has these freaking, I don't even know how to describe it, these like tree logs for forearms, and it's got this coat with this fur on top of it, almost like it killed some kind of like big furry beast and wore its hide and stuff like that. And then it also is kind of like, it's kind of leaning on a giant club with spikes sticking out of it. So, you know, when I saw this, I immediately thought to myself, this particular Titan is giving off leader vibes, giving off, I'm the strongest, I'm the leader, I'm in charge of this group. And usually when you see something like that, that means that they're either like a chieftain, you know, similar to Gimbok, or maybe they're like a captain of some sort, okay? So what I believe this character is, and what this image was, is foreshadowing that is letting us know that this particular Titan commands respect through its fighting ability. And the big question is who is this Titan? Okay, now I'm thinking one of two things, and you guys let me know in the comments if you agree with me on either one of these, or maybe you have a different idea of who this Titan can potentially be. Okay, or maybe the Titan is nobody. Maybe it was just an image that Kiyotaro Azuma drew up, and he has nothing to do with anything in the future, and who knows, maybe they'll never show him again. I doubt that. One usually has purpose for all of his characters in his story, so I feel like it was some foreshadowing. But I think that it's a possibility that this particular Titan is one of the 100 sons of Gimbok. Okay, now so far from his sons we've seen I think it was Gory. Okay, now Gory was a big brute, very muscular, very you know, physically intimidating, but Gory didn't seem like the brightest bulb in the box. Okay, that was his major disadvantage so far from what I can tell. But Gory was very physically imposing. So it seems like if you have Gimbok's genes in you, you're gonna stick out from like some of the regular Titans almost. But yeah, so I think that it's a possibility he may be one of the sons, because then we also see Berser. Berser is very intellectual. I mean, he was punching the ground during the teleportation spell from Naruto, but other than that, we really didn't see anything physically from Berser that was impressive, like how we did with Gore. So far with the sons from Gimbok, we've seen one that's very physically imposing, but not the smartest, and one that's pretty smart, I would dare to say very highly intelligent, but not very physically imposing. So I think eventually we're going to get to a point where we start to see some of Gimbok's sons that are very similar to him. They're both smart and physically almost, I wouldn't say quite as invincible as Gimbok, because obviously Gimbok is probably going to be the most powerful. Well, he is the most powerful out of all the Titans, but he might have a son that's very close to him in capabilities and intellect. And it's a possibility that this Titan that they show in chapter 5.1 could be one of those sons. One of those sons who Gimbok has appointed to be a captain or a leader of a small force and to go and do his biddings when he gives him orders. And he doesn't need any kind of chaperoning or anything like that because he's very smart and he's very physically capable, you know. So I'm really interested to see who is this. And typically too, when you see, I've been noticing with the Titans somewhat, the more fur they have, the more, you know, like mane that they have, it's almost like the more powerful that they are. I could be wrong, but it's a possibility. And speaking of that, because I remember the first Titan that we were introduced to was in chapter 3. That one had a lot of fur. You know what? What if that was one of Gimbok's sons who was kind of like a loner? He just kind of goes around doing whatever it is he wants to do. And he was pretty powerful. I don't know. We'll keep that in mind. So lastly, my second thought on who this could potentially be. Now, in chapter 20, as Bursar continues to talk to Gimbok, Bursar does reveal that they are a part of a tribe or a clan or, you know, something of that nature. And what this kind of implies is that there's a possibility that maybe some things were misunderstood in translation and that maybe Gimbok isn't the strongest of all Titans. Maybe Gimbok is the strongest Titan of his tribe or his clan. But what that could mean is that there are other tribes and other clans that are out there in the Titan's crown, and that they have their own chieftains as well who are a certain level of strength and intellect. And this individual from chapter 5.1 and his group could be a totally different tribe and clan from which Gimbok commands. So we could have possibly seen a chieftain way back in, or I wouldn't say seen, but kind of glanced at the silhouette of a chieftain way back in chapter 5.1. That Titan could be a chieftain who rivals Gimbok in strength and intellect and power. He could be the strongest Titan of his tribe. So that's really exciting, guys. Like, again, that just opens up the world of possibilities of introducing more characters, but also setting up more fights. And oh my God, bro. It's just, that's what I'm saying, bro. This story is just so good. It has so many possibilities. And the author one has just really outdid himself with this one. And I just hope that he continues to give this one the attention that it deserves, because I think that this one will by far pass Mob Psycho 100, One Punch Man, and Bug Ego. I really, really do. I just think it's so exciting. He's got so many cool characters in here. He's just really outdone himself with this story. And Kiyotaro Azuma is just doing an amazing job with the art. I know I gave them a hard time on this last chapter, chapter 24, but I mean, to me, guys, I felt like it was well deserved. Us as fans, like, we matter too. And we wait 30 days patiently for a new chapter. And I feel like at the very least, they can try to deliver to us at least 32 or more pages, at least 32. That would kind of make up for us waiting a month. Because if you think about it, if they broke that number up, let's just say 32 for the sake of argument, if they broke that number up into once every 2 weeks, that's 16 pages once every 2 weeks. That's about what we get from Yusuke Murata. We get around that number. Sometimes he'll come out with a chapter that's from, Yusuke Murata that's only 12 pages long. Sometimes he'll come out with a chapter that's like, 17, 18 pages long, So it's like, if we could at least get 32 or more once a month from Kiyotaro Azuma and the author one, I think we'll all be okay with that. But when we get anything less than that, it's really a bummer. And I just had to voice my opinion on that. I still stand by what I said. I'm gonna do a comment read for that video, so I don't want to get too much into that. But yeah, guys, so that's my opinion, man, on who I think that particular Titan character is. I do feel like that was a form of foreshadowing of a very important character in this story from the author one. And again, you guys tell me in the comments what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you think that that Titan has relevance to the story? Do you think if he does that it's one of Gibbok's sons? Or do you think that it's a rival chieftain from a different tribe that is also within the Titan's Crown world? Very exciting possibilities. Also, do you think that the Titan that was first revealed in chapter 3, do you think that that was possibly one of Gimbok's sons? Or do you think that that was just some random Titan? Okay, I would love to hear your guys' opinions in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button. Again, I'm trying to create some versus content for you guys to enjoy until we get the new chapter. This manga, it deserves a lot of love. There's a lot of YouTubers out there, man, who they're not sticking with it. You know, I've been paying attention. A lot of them aren't sticking with it. A lot of them are dropping it. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm the only one who's been here from the beginning to the present, and I will continue to be here because I genuinely love this manga. This manga is by far my favorite of all time so far, and I hope it continues to be that way. If you guys agree with me on that, leave that in the comments too. But like always, hit the like button, and if you want to see more versus content, hit subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Bye.